Sometimes it's useful, especially when you're doing data analysis, to know from a list how many times a number appears. And we can do that by using something called count. So I'm going to set a variable here, and I'm going to call it points. And inside some square brackets, I'm going to basically just put some random numbers. Okay, now these might be numbers you've generated from somewhere else, or they might be numbers you've imported from somewhere, but I've just basically created now a whole list of numbers. So how do I count that? Well, I need a variable that's basically going to hold the count. So I can just call it n or x. Doesn't really matter. As we've said before, you can call these variables whatever you want. But the way you do this is you choose the name that you gave your list and you do dot count, and then in brackets the number that you want to count. So what this should give us now is the number of times the number 9 appears in that list. Now, it's quite easy because this isn't a very long list, but when you've got thousands, even potentially millions of these, doing it like this is going to take seconds rather than you having to manually count them, which would just be completely impractical. So what I want to do now then is tell it to print, but I'm going to do that by getting it to print a sentence rather than just the number, so that it makes sense to the people who are using the program. So the number 9 appears. Now I can put a comma in here, and then I can tell it to display n, put another comma, and then finally okay, so that's basically going to print the number 9 appears and then the number of times it appears because it's counted it just here. So let's run that and see if that works. Okay, the number 9 appears 3 times. So what if I added another number 9 just randomly down here at the beginning? Well, in theory, there's 4 9s in there now. So this time when I run it, number 9 appears 4 times. If I change that to a different number, say 3, well, that's only in that list once. So if I run that, the number 9 appears 1 time. So that's how count works, and that's pretty much all there is to it.